be talking about if Sakura is really that bad of a character. So I'm pretty sure this is a video. Many people really have different suggestions about it. Many people really like Sakura. There's people who like Sakura and people who absolutely hate her. Yeah, I'm not the neutral side. I'm not gonna be biased about this whole thing. This is just my opinion. And also, I'm just gonna be stating facts with it because um people really hate Sakura, and many people really suggested their hatred to her. But I just feel like people just underestimate the fact that she's not that bad of a character. She's actually a good character. You might disagree with me, but I'm gonna be stating some facts and evidence how she's not that bad of a character. Because since part one of Naruto, when it came out, many people really had this opinion about her that she's useless, she's worthless, she's not a good character. Kishimoto should have never wrote her. She's just nothing. She shouldn't have even been in Naruto. She's the one who should have died in the fourth Great Ninja War instead of Neji. Many people really stated their hatred for Sakura. And just to the point, people think she's so useless that she has the nickname Useless Chan. Yeah, Useless Chan. And yeah, of course, Sakura has her flaws. Everybody has flaws. Naruto has its flaws. Sasuke has its flaws. Hinata has her flaws. We all have our flaws. Nobody's perfect. And Sakura is not perfect either. So that doesn't mean because she has a flaw. That doesn't mean you should hate her. So I'm just saying, and I'm pretty sure so many people are gonna say I'm biased in the comment section below, and that they hate her. Of course, do you with your opinion, but I'm not gonna be biased about this thing because this is just gonna be plain old facts. Because many of you are gonna say I'm a simp for Sakura because I'm not a simp at all. I don't simp for nobody. So yeah, for your information. So I'm gonna be saying all that stuff, and I also made sure before I made this video, I made sure I reread the manga and the data books, because many people are going to decline what I say. Of course, if you want to decline what I say, go ahead. But if you want to spread hateful comments in the comment section below, or want to leave a thumbs down or anything, go ahead. But you're just wasting your time. So I wouldn't do it if I was you. You're just wasting your time. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. And before we start, make sure to like and subscribe because it really helps a lot, and support the channel, and also hit the notification bell because it tells you will never miss an upload basically. So you wouldn't have to always search up my channel or anything. It will just pop up in your not recommendation feed. It will just pop up in your YouTube feed, and it only takes a few seconds, and so it really helps a lot. So let's just get right into it. First of all, Sakura wasn't born from she wasn't born in any OP clan, or she wasn't had any famous parents that were like, she didn't have a dad that was the fourth Hokage. She didn't have a mom that was the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. She didn't have any relatives that were she didn't have an uncle or grandfather that was the third Hokage. She was just a normal person with a normal life, with normal parents, born into a normal family. Only thing she had going for her was her intelligence. And remember, she was like the second best in her class after Sasuke, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and when she went to the first arc, not the first mission, not including the D-class mission where they had to chase after a cat, like they had to find a cat. But where the C-class mission where they had to go to they had to be bodyguards of a bridge builder, which I think his name was Tanzo, and they had to escort a bridge builder so he could go to his homeland, which was the land of waves, and they had to escort him there so he could finish building his bridge, which was named the Naruto Bridge, I'm pretty sure. So but they didn't know it was actually a B class and higher because they were assassins that were coming. They were assassins that were after them, and I'm pretty sure. And also, if you don't remember this, because this was in the manga for those manga readers out there. So if you are anime only watcher, this happened in the manga, not the anime, because they didn't show that. So when Zabuza throwed his blade, Naruto was right in front of it, and his head was actually about to get chopped off, and that was going to be the end of Naruto. End of him. No Hokage dream, no finding his parents were pretty famous, nothing. He was just going to be end there, right there. But Sakura saved him. And you're wondering how he saved him? He saved him by tackling him and making him dodge the blow. Yeah, it was only in the manga. She saved him, and people say she's a selfish character. And I remember so many people say, "Oh, she called Naruto an orphan in front of an orphan." Yeah, true. And people say she doesn't have character development. She does have character development because that makes me mad. That time where she saved Naruto from almost getting his head chopped off, that's character development. She saved him. The other time where she was actually about to give up being a ninja for Naruto to make his dream come true for being Hokage. She was, remember in the Chunin in the exams, like the first exam, the written test, where they had to do the test, and we all know Naruto's not that bright. And he didn't get a single question. Well, instead of the 10th question, he didn't get any question. He didn't write any questions down. He didn't know what to do because, like, at the 10th and last question was, "Do you want?" He said the instructor, I forgot his name. He asked if you want to participate in the last exam. If you want to participate for the 10th question, because if you get it wrong, you get everything wrong. You can't be a ninja ever again or nothing. So they asked anybody who will raise their hand. They asked anybody just to go before they get kicked out. And Sakura saw Naruto was struggling. And she didn't want him to go through the whole thing because she didn't want Naruto, because Naruto wanted to be Hokage. And she didn't want him not to be Hokage. She wanted him to receive his dream because he had to continue being a ninja if he wanted to be Hokage. So she was real willing to sacrifice being a ninja and never being able probably to see Sasuke ever again, just for Naruto's dream. And I hope you know that's good character development. Like I said, that's some good character development because I'm pretty sure people are mistaking it for Gaara's and Sasuke's character development. Because it's totally different. Everybody, Sakura has a different character development. Her character development is when, her character development is basically when she, matures as a person. She's, more, she gets, she learns. That's her character development. She, matures in the person. For example, Sasuke's character development was basically him trying to, coping with the trauma from his clan being killed. And many people say he's emo. And I honestly think he's not emo. Because how would you feel or how would you act if your whole clan was emo? I mean, if your whole clan was slaughtered in front of your eyes. And knowing your big brother, who the person you love and the person you loved and looked up to, was the one who did it. Honestly, any normal person would feel like emo, like Sasuke. So when people say he's emo, that kind of makes me mad because, in my opinion, he's actually acting normal. Because I would probably act like Sasuke if my whole clan got slaughtered. But listen, that's besides the point. Like for Gaara, his character development was like him changing as a person and him changing from his perspective of his only way of living was to kill other people. Naruto helped him go past that old self Gaara. So his character development was going past that and seeing he's not only a tailed beast, he's also a person, and he should also treat other people as people. And he's not only meant for killing, he's also meant for to live his life like a regular person. So I'm pretty sure people confuse that with Sasuke's and Gaara's character development, because Sakura's character development, in my opinion, is just nice. Because she started off with like a kind of the annoying type. Like she started off like the annoying type, but she grew up. She learned from experiences that she should kind of be aware with some things she does. She's maturing, because she was like 12 years old when that happened, and she's maturing and being better than she was before. So her character development is different from people like Gaara's and Sasuke's character development. So I'm pretty sure people are confusing that. And so when Connie, so that was different. And this, I hear this a lot. The time where she broke, or like she was selfless, or you say and also Sakura is not selfless. She's actually no, Sakura is not selfish. She's not selfish, because if she was really okay, I have a question. If you're really selfish, would you sacrifice basically your whole career, your whole ninja life to be with someone you love? Imagine, would a selfish person sacrifice their whole ninja career just for one person to be Hokage? That's my question. Would anybody do that? Any selfish person you call selfish, would they do that? No. Selfish people only care about themselves. Sakura doesn't care about herself. She cares about other people. And Sakura isn't useless. Okay, if she was useless, okay, she's useless. How come? Remember the time where she basically saved Naruto's life? She saved his life. Okay, you're like, what do you mean she saved her life? He basically kept Naruto alive. Okay, remember the time in the war arc when Naruto when he got the Nine Tails sucked out of him? He sucked the Nine Tails out of him. She is the one who basically went through his rib cage and then pumped his heart, made it with chakra infused with it, while blowing air into him. Okay, that sounded weird. But while trying to keep him alive by putting chakra into him and by pumping his heart herself, by restarting her heart. Yeah, like pumping his heart, and she was keep on doing it until he was back on his 2 feet. Because without that, Naruto would have been long dead. He would have been dead. He would have been dead. Like 2 more beats, he would have been dead. 2 skip of the beats, he would be dead. That's when Hagoromo gave him his chakra, he got standing up his 2 feet. She did that until he could stand up on his 2 feet. She didn't even stop. She kept going and going. It's so selfish, and she's that useless, okay? Like people say she is. If she's so selfish, why will she do that? Why will she even care about doing that? Say if I was Sakura and I'm selfish, why would I even care about Naruto's dream? Why would I care about if he's dead or alive? Why would I care if she's so selfish? I wouldn't care if I'm so selfish, but Sakura isn't selfish. She cares about Naruto. And she cares about Naruto. And this brings to another point that many people bring about it. The time where she faked her feelings about Naruto. Let me explain exactly what happened and what she meant to do. Okay? Many people take this the wrong way. They take it the wrong way. First of all, it started off with when Sai said you're curse mark. You're basically a burden to Naruto. Because and because we realize Sai has a curse mark on his tongue. Because Danzo put it on him because we're not specific, we don't know what will happen because it says that if Sai says anything bad about Danzo, his tongue will blow up or something. We're not really clear. They didn't really say the specifics, but if basically he's dead, he's gonna choke on his own words, and then he's dead. But Sai said that she was like basically a curse mark from Naruto. She's basically saying Sakura is a curse mark to Naruto, and being a curse mark is basically saying you're the lowest of the low. I don't even have to explain to you what a curse mark is because you guys should know what it is. Because how you even get this far of Naruto without even knowing what a curse mark is? But still, she's saying he's a curse mark. And he also said that Naruto cares about you, and because he cares about you, he's doing it because he cares about you, and he loves her, and she straight up cried, and we all know that Sakura cried after that because so her idea was to tell Naruto tell Naruto about her feelings to her, then it would convince him to stop chasing after Sasuke. Because she wouldn't have did it. Because she did it because she cared about Naruto. Because I feel like maybe she did it in the wrong way. She could have probably did it a different way instead of lying about the feelings about her. But Naruto saw through it, and then after that she went to kill Sasuke, and then people said wanted to join her. But if she really wanted to join her, okay, if she really wanted to join her, join him. If you really wanted to join him, she would have killed Karen. She would have killed Karen because she was there to kill. If she really wanted to join him, she would have killed Karen, and she didn't want to join it, and she's not evil. Cause she got saved. She didn't do it. So Sasuke knew she was lying. So he was about to kill her until Naruto came and rescued her. But she meant no intentions of hurting Naruto, okay? She had no intentions of hurting him. She wanted to help him, but she just did it the wrong way, if you know what I mean. So she didn't mean no harm. She wanted to protect Naruto. Remember the time when she heard about the curse of being a Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails? Yeah, she didn't know how much Naruto has been going through just to make that promise. And when she saw him in the hospital, not the final battle, Naruto versus Sasuke, the part 1 battle, when she saw him in the hospital, she literally broke down crying. She didn't want Naruto to suffer and continue doing it. She just didn't care anymore. She just didn't know how much he was putting himself through just to make this promise. So she just didn't care anymore. The time when Naruto became the Four Tails, because he was desperate to get Sasuke back, and she didn't know what he's been putting his body, his mentality, his everything through, because she didn't know it, so she wanted Naruto to stop. And by doing so, she thought this was a good idea, but I think she did it the wrong way. I see her intentions. She didn't mean any bad to Naruto. She didn't mean any harm. She didn't. I know she didn't, because Nobody would have did that if they really cared about somebody. Because I feel like she could have did it a different way, but she just didn't. She could have did it a different way because I feel like people misread that. She did it to help, and she helped to help, and because she cared about Naruto. Because remember, when going through the fourth phase of the fourth phase of the Nine Tails, he basically that basically hurts his body, and like Jiraiya said, it hurts his body and then it recovers, and by doing so, it could shorten his lifespan. And she didn't know about that part, but she didn't know how much he's been suffering, so she just wanted just to end. She just wanted him to stop because she cared about Naruto. And and remember the part when he got beat up, he got punched, he was bleeding. His face looked jacked up. And his face looked he got beat up. I forgot her name. She was a redhead, I think. So he got beat up, and he was suffering physically and mentally. I think he actually had a panic attack. I actually think so, but I think she didn't mean any harm, as people think she did. She just meant to. She wanted to save and help Naruto. She cared about Naruto to the point she didn't care about Sasuke anymore. So she's not selfish as people think she is. Because she wouldn't have did that if she was really selfish, okay? So because if I was selfish, say I was Sakura and I was really selfish. So say if I was really selfish, I would have not did that. I wouldn't even actually have cared if Sakura was really that selfish and I was selfish like Sakura. So I'm just saying she did that to help Naruto and because she cared about Naruto. So yeah. And many people say the second, probably the other reason why people hate not Naruto. People hate Sakura is because she's so obsessed with Sasuke. First of all, if you're saying she's obsessed with Sasuke, that's basically you're saying Naruto's also obsessed with Sasuke because they're both obsessed with Sasuke and returning him back, like making him come back to the leaf. They're both obsessed with him. They're both obsessed with that. So when you're basically saying you hate her because she's obsessed with Sasuke that much, that means you're basically hating Naruto because he's obsessed with Sasuke like that. Because remember, Naruto and Sakura were both in it together. They're both in it to bring back Sasuke. Because that was the whole point of Shippuden, bringing back Sasuke and making him come back to the Leaf Village. And so that's when you're saying that, then you're basically saying that you're basically saying that to Naruto too. Also, people really like to say that say she's sure she not see I guess when people say she's obsessed with Sasuke, I'm pretty sure those people who say that don't never experience love. Because love, when you're in love with somebody, you usually would do anything to get their attention or do anything to love is basically anything could happen. You basically could do when love happens, you do drastic things. Yeah, true. But when people say that she was in love with Sasuke, you have to remember that she loved Sasuke, and her love drives her to extreme measures. And people and tell me this, and if you haven't if the people who experience love, when you experience love, wouldn't you do anything? Not gonna say anything, but probably almost anything to get the person you love loves attention. And wouldn't you basically do weird things to do it? Because okay, I'll give you like this weird example I saw on YouTube. It was a pretty funny video. This this girl monkey, she loved this boy monkey. The boy monkey. She loved him, right? I'm not making this stuff up. I can't make this up. She loved the monkey. So she literally did everything she can to get his attention. She pulled his tail. She threw rocks at him. She threw rocks at him. Tried to in a way flirt with him. Same thing with lions, the lady lion. She tried to flirt with him by going on the back going on her back and like showing her stomach, because usually when you do that, because that leaves you wide open for like attack, because their stomachs is usually their weakness, so you would do anything to get their love's attention. So when you saying she's obsessed with Sasuke is like saying you never experienced the love, because people who are in love really do drastic things. Like, and true, she's a shinobi. She's a shinobi, and she needs to sometimes put her feelings aside because she's a chunin. But still, you can't control. Sometimes you can't control yourself. Okay, like you know how sometimes you do drastic things and stupid things. Yeah, it just happens. You don't know when it happens. You just do it, and you're like, what, why did I do this? You must, most of you guys must have did that, because nobody's perfect, and Sakura, it's true, she's a shinobi, and she just sometimes you can't just pass your feelings aside. Sometimes you do drastic things. So I understand what Sakura's coming from, because people will say that basically are just saying they never experienced the love, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm just saying that. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna be talking about how she treats Naruto. People people who somehow don't understand. Like when Sakura hits Naruto, like you must be wondering, why does Sakura hit Naruto so much? She's like, oh, that's abusive, and that's all that stuff. So when you're saying that, don't you see many the main heroine and the main heroine sometimes smacks in the head the main character? Yeah, that happens. Okay, I'll explain. It's basically a gag. It's like slapcom, it's like a gag. It's comedy purposes. And I'll explain you how the whole thing works. If people in the West, because for some people who don't live in the West, they don't understand it and think it's abuse. It's like abusive. For example, when Naruto says something idiotic or something out of place, Sakura hits him in the head or somehow like yells at him, because she thinks that Naruto should know what he's saying, what he's saying and stuff, because they do that just to give common sense to him, like to show him what you're doing is wrong and you should stop by hitting him and yelling at him, because it helps and it shows him it's not abusive. It's a gag. Like, you can see this in basically almost all comedy. You see this in almost all comedy and anime. Like, for example, you see this in many shows you probably watch. I'm trying to think of it some. For example, when Noel says idiot asta something, Idasta or something. She says gives Asta a nickname, Idiasta or something, because she says that because she because what not Asta does is he does some idiotic stuff, because sometimes the main characters something does idiotic stuff, so it's the hero usually yells at him and hits him just to show him that he should know what he's doing, and what he's doing is wrong. And for the manga, like if you read the manga, in Shippuden, she only does this only 4 times, because Naruto's growing up and he's like maturing. So you don't have to do that when he's grown up and he's matured, because the times what happened is when Naruto said Sakura was his girlfriend in front of Minato, and like she knew she slapped him and yelled at him because she knew she didn't he should have not said that because he should know it's not true. And the other times was when um when they were talking in front of Lady Tsunade. That was another time. But in the anime, it does it a lot of times in Shippuden. But for the manga, if you actually read the manga, they only do it 4 times. And like in part 1 of Naruto, they only do it 11 times. That's how much Naruto was really matured. So when you say that, it's like you're saying it's for because Naruto's kind of like a comedy anime. It's like it has some like a comedic side. So like it's like for a gag, but if you because like Naruto's mom also does that. She does that to Minato actually. Sometimes actually no. Oh no, she does that to Minato, and once like it was non-canon. She did it to Naruto. I think it was in the movie, but that's not canon. But I'm just saying, like many anime does that. So how she treats Naruto, true, but they do that all the time in anime. Not all anime, but most anime. So many people really said that, but it's just for comedic purposes because a lot of people like in the West they do that a lot because you will see that in many anime. So for people who like don't live in the West, that's understandable. But still, how she that's really because like Naruto should know this type of stuff. So she does it to tell him, no, you shouldn't do it. And Naruto is really getting he matures, so she doesn't have to do it all the time because Naruto's maturing more and more because he's like 33 now. And there was this one time where Sai said like Sai's really we all know he's weird, so and he really has a smart mouth. So one time when this was I'm pretty sure this was filler. Sai said Naruto's never gonna be Hokage. His dream is idiotic. It's never gonna happen. Then Sakura literally stood up to Naruto and said, "Hey, you better stop making fun of his dream, because if you keep doing that, I'm gonna kill you right here and right now. I don't care if you're my teammate. I'm going to hurt you because you shouldn't make fun of his dream like that." She said something like that in between those lines, and then that's when Simon was like, "Oh no! This was just a test to see how you really feel about Naruto." Then because she stood up to Naruto, no, she stood up for Naruto for that because I think this happened like after his training or after I think it happened like after Asuma died or something. But she stood up for Naruto, and that shows you. I don't care if this was filler because this really was an impactful moment for me. Because it shows you that Sakura cares about Naruto because she doesn't want nobody to disrespect his dream like that. She doesn't want nobody to do that. She cares about Naruto, and she doesn't want nobody to disrespect him like that and say his dream is a foolish one or he's gonna die before even doing it. Because no selfish person will ever do that, and so that shows how much Sakura cares about Naruto. Because I'm pretty sure many people haven't seen that, but that was really an impactful moment because that shows how much Sakura cares about Naruto. She doesn't want nobody bad mouthing him about his dream because remember she was about to sacrifice her ninja career for his dream. That's a big impactful moment for me. I don't care if it's filler and wasn't in the manga, but that's still impactful. And that other time, actually, now I think about it, Sakura. Remember the time where Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, and Kakashi, and Obito were fighting Kaguya? Yeah, I just remembered. She basically saved. She basically. She actually saved the world. No, actually, now you think about it, she did save the world. Okay, think about it. Remember when the time when Kaki was about to transfer, go to another like pocket dimension? She was about to like switch sides into Sakura. Basically punched her, so Naruto and Sasuke to get another shot of sealing her. Yeah, that punch made her. That basically saved the world. That one punch. Because because she basically saved the world for that one punch. Because Kaguya was bad because Naruto and Sasuke was trying to seal Kaguya because they were really they don't want that was their only choice if they were gonna defeat her because she was an actual god. She was an actual god. So to defeat her, they had to seal her away. So the plan was so like Kaguya was about to switch dimensions, okay? And when she went to switch dimensions, Sakura punched her so she wouldn't be able to switch dimensions. And by doing so, she saved the world. Because honestly, she didn't save because if it wasn't for that, she would have not saved the world. I mean, no, if it wasn't for that, who knows? Actually, nothing. Yeah, for sure. So because of that, she gave Naruto and Sasuke another chance to She gave Naruto and Sasuke another chance to seal away Kaguya, but the first time they weren't able to because it was a complete failure. But the second time Sakura basically helped them and gave them another chance. So she basically saved the world. Period. If you put it in perspective, so you can't say she's useless if she did something like that. Okay, that you also remember the time when they also got their it's the same time when they got their mission. She literally has had nerves of steel because she literally wasn't scared of the whole what's it called when she wasn't really that scared when she went to like that C class mission and that when those two tuning from the hidden mist village attacked, she wasn't scared. Naruto was literally shaking in his boots. He was literally shaking his boots and he was literally scared. Because look, she had book sense, but she didn't have experience, okay? So there's a difference between like reading what happens in a book than actually experiencing it. Because she didn't have experience because this she was like fresh out of the academy. So she had no experience about it. And when she was really scared is when Sasuke almost died. That's when she was really, 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 really scared. But because you could say she basically wasn't really scared. You could say scared when the whole tuning came. She was basically kind of not scared of the whole entire arc. You could complain about. I think maybe she was really scared around when Zabuza came, but and also when Sasuke almost died. That's when she was scared. But like, there's a difference between actually reading it in the book than experiencing it. Because experience is something. There's a difference because books. There's a they're like people like your parents always say most of the times. It's true that book sense is also good. You need book sense, but the thing you need the most is common sense. Because if you don't have common sense, what's the point of books? What's the point of anything? Because you need common sense and also something you experience. Like for example, when you're doing your first job, you're fresh out. You're just new to it, so you need experience. You need book sense is not gonna help you all the time because you need experience most of the times. So experience sometimes is key. Like experience fires, but experience is something like that helps you not always overreact in certain situations. So yeah, But if she had the nerves of steel to be able to nerves of steel to go to the C class mission. Wait, no, B class. No, we just call it C class for now. So yeah. So Sakura isn't that bad of a character. She's not useless. And also, okay, just remember something. So if Sakura never learned medical ninja, many people would have been dead. You like, what do you mean? The first things that pop in my mind are Naruto, Hinata. Okay, if you didn't remember correctly, Hinata. Remember the time when Hinata fought Pain? She came to fight. She went in the front lines to fight Pain. Yeah, when she went to the front lines and fought Pain. Remember that? Yeah, see, remember when she got basically defeated, one-shotted? And I'm pretty sure those manga readers, you know what I'm talking about, because, come on, you saw it was only like 3 panels. But in the whole Hinata thing, the whole like the anime, they took it too long. They made it too long. But it honestly should have just took 1 minute. But still in the anime, she basically got one-shotted in the manga. For those manga readers out there, you know what I'm talking about. You saw it. She got one-shotted by Pain. It didn't even take that long. 3 panels. But when she got one-shotted and she got stuck and Pain put the rod on her, she you know who healed her? Guess what? Sakura did. Sakura is the best girl. You guys are always saying, oh, she's the best. She's always the best girl. Sakura is the one who healed your best. Basically the one who healed your best girl. So, I'm pretty sure people didn't remember that, but she basically saved Hinata's life, okay? Hinata was okay because of, Sakura. The person you guys complain that she's useless. Because if she's truly useless, she saved your waifu, you could say. You could thank her later, okay? She's not useless, okay? First of all, she's not useless. As I said before, she's not useless if I didn't say that before. Because if she's truly useless, she saved Naruto's life, she saved Hinata's life, she saved many other lives. She saved many people's lives. I'm telling you. Hinata, Naruto, is there any others? I think I'm forgetting some. Oh, yeah, that's the only people I think about right now. But she saved many lives. So because even without her medical ninjutsu, the series would have been long gone. The series would have been long. Like, let's just say, it would have been long done. It would have been done like a long time ago if it wasn't for Sakura's medical ninjutsu. But without taking that into consideration for people, because many people, and people say why she didn't. Why like, oh, she was useless against the Pain fight, or she didn't fight Pain, and she yelled Naruto's name out. It's like, yeah, Naruto, come please, yeah. Okay, so there's this rule that the medics, like people who train under Tsunade, there's this rule. One, the rule is you can't fight until you unlock the 100 seal jutsu. 2, you're not allowed to fight. You don't fight in the front lines. You're a medic. And probably the only exception you fight in the front lines is probably if you have the 100 seal jutsu, okay? And if you're like the only ones, your only comrades. You're like the only one left in your whole platoon or something. So remember, she had that rule, and I think there was another. And also remember, Tsunade was basically drained of chakra, even though she was Uzumaki. Yeah, she was half Uzumaki. She had Uzumaki in her blood. Her chakra was drained. Man, I'm telling you, she didn't look too good. And Shizune, well, she was dead. She was dead. So, hope you know. So, and Sakura probably would have ended the same way as Hinata because because she would have ended the same way as Hinata. I don't because many of you might argue with me or not, but she would have ended the same way as Hinata. Because in the dad books, Hinata's like a 3, like oh no, a 2.5 or a 3, and Sakura is a 3.5. Yeah, she's like faster than Hinata. You guys, I'm pretty sure so many like Hinata lovers are going to argue with me, but it's just plain facts. If you just read the data book, read it. It tells you. And there's something I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section below is gonna say something about their. She didn't stab. What's his name? She didn't stab Obito's eye. You see, in the manga, okay, because in the dad book, okay, no, the manga, she didn't stab Obito's eye, and that could have basically helped everybody. That basically could have saved the whole world. Yeah, I understand that, but let me explain you. Yeah, I have good defense for this. For in the manga, when they were talking, when Obito was finished talking, Madara was there the next second. Yeah, let me explain. Madara is faster than the speed of light, and Sakura, she's not. Like I was saying, she wasn't fast enough because in the dad book, they didn't say anything about Sakura being the speed of light. So in the manga, he was literally there the next second after what's his name, Obito explained her the situation, and then Obito literally transferred her the next dimension. So she couldn't stab the Rinnegan Madara's eye because she's not faster than the speed of light, and also Madara's bloodthirstiness, his bloodlust is something. She said his bloodlust is just plain, is just so. He said it's just terrifying. It's nothing she has ever seen. You're like, what about Sasori? See, Sasori, there's a difference. Sasori main focus was Lady Chiyo. Sasori's main focus was Lady Chiyo, and it was like a life and death situation. So Sasori's main focus was Lady Chiyo, and so it was like a life and death situation. But there's a whole difference between life and death and bloodlust. There's a whole complete difference between those. So his Madara's bloodlust and him being the fast speed of light wasn't for her in time to be able to stab Madara's eye. So that's in the manga. But in the anime, it didn't show it. But read the manga, you know what I mean. Those manga readers, you know what I mean. And I think this is probably gonna be the last this last point that I'm gonna make. When she was fighting Sasori. When she was fighting Sasori, Leiji and Sakura versus Sasori. And people say she didn't basically fight the whole. She wasn't the one who was fighting. Lady Chiyo carried her. Yes, true. She used her string. Lady Chiyo used her puppet strings to control Sakura at the beginning of the fight. But towards the end, she didn't need the puppets no more because in quote, Lady Chiyo said. She said, Sakura is really skilled, and she doesn't need me to baby her and me need my puppet strings no more for me to carry her, drag her around. She doesn't need me no more. And remember, Sakura is the one who destroyed all of Sasori's main weapons. He's destroyed the body defense puppet, destroyed the Kazekage puppet, and he also destroyed Sasori twice, twice. And remember, and also remember, who's the one who healed Lady Chiyo after the battle? Sakura. So you get to fight with me with this, but she is not useless, and she's not a bad character, because she literally could carry. She could carry her own kind of in a fight. Also, the time when Sakura like said, "Oh, I'm gonna be a distraction," so she could for Madara, so Naruto and Sasuke could have an opening. If you could see, she was basically willing to do that just to for Naruto and Sasuke to have an opening. To be able to do that to an actual god, a god, you could say he's a god who's on all the different level, beat 5 Kages easily, wasn't trying, also able to move faster than light, also be able to rival. Nah, I won't say beat Hashirama because he lost even with the power of the Nine Tails. You could fight me with that, but whatever. It's just plain facts. To be able to fight like rival Hashirama, she was able to. And remember, she had this 100 seals jutsu, so she was able to. She was going to sacrifice herself. So she was playing a distraction so she could. So the Naruto and Sasuke could have an opening. And yeah, to be able to do that and have the nerves of steel to do that, to basically only you could say a god, that really has some nerves of steel right there. Yeah. So to be able to do that is just that's just awesome right there. Honestly, and then Sasuke said and quoted, she is a good she in Boruto, he said when like Sakura got kidnapped, and she said, "My wife is not weak. She could take care of herself." That's something that I quoted in, but he said he's not weak. And remember, it's really rare for Sasuke to acknowledge people, because the second so when he said that, we all know he means it. Because what Sasuke says he means it. We all know that. Sasuke usually doesn't praise people that much. That's really, really, really rare. Like the other time when he said she's the in part 1 of Naruto, he said he's the best. She's the best genjutsu. She's the best genjutsu user or something like that. And also, Sasuke doesn't really compliment people that much, so that's really, really rare. And when Sasuke was jealous of Naruto, that's like That's the people say that's the best. Jealousy is the best way to acknowledge somebody. He was jealous of Naruto, of his how strong he became. But yeah, and she also was real in part 1 of Naruto, when she was also willing to sacrifice herself to. Also, she saved Sasuke from being crushed alive, nearly being crushed alive, actually, because remember when she almost got crushed alive? Yeah, she was really. That would have been Sasuke if Sakura didn't protect him, like save him. But she did thought Naruto. I mean, she did think Sasuke is the one who saved her. But and then Sasuke said he didn't save her. It was Naruto. I mean, a lot of people were pissed off at that part, but she didn't know. You can't blame her. You can't blame her or something like that, because she didn't know. She was basically knocked out. And true, knowing Naruto's personality, I would probably also think that too. Because come on, she was knocked out. You can't blame her. You can't hate on her for that. So she was knocked out, and she was actually almost the only person to actually be able to not be able to be. She was the only person to for not to snap out of the genjutsu. Oh, one of the only people. Because remember, she was one of the best genjutsu person who could take out. I forgot. Something about genjutsu. She was the best of genjutsu. So yeah, she was the one who snapped Naruto out of it. Because remember, Naruto's really not good with genjutsu, so he was the one who snapped Naruto out of it. And yeah, so to be able to do that was really good. Was high praise, and be able to being able to being praised from Sasuke is also a big deal too. So that's really it for me in all my opinions. So in conclusion, I'm gonna close this off. Sakura is not a bad character and not useless. She without Sakura, many the show with Naruto and Naruto Shippuden would have been way over. No, Naruto would have been in general would have been way all over in like a long time ago. All the characters in Naruto, not all, most characters in Naruto would have been over. This show would have been over a long time ago. Sakura is not useless. She saved the world, and she saved the world, and she's not useless. She's a worthy character of respect and I hate. Okay, she's a worthy character of respect and I hate. If you disagree with me, go ahead, but this is just facts. I'm just naming facts and all the things I could say. So that's really it for me for this video. Tell me in the comment section below if you agree with me and anything I missed about Sakura. And tell me in the comment section below if you hate or love Sakura, and explain to me why you hate and love her. And make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like and comment for any future videos, because I may or may not do it. Who knows? She also, now I think of it, I forgot to say this. She also almost gave up all her chakra just to heal Naruto or save him. Because if she's really that bad of a character and she's really useless, she would have did it. Because like she at the end of doing that, she was basically she couldn't move. She literally she was tired. She literally couldn't move at all. So she gave up. She used almost all her chakra just to heal him. So that really is something, because if she really is selfish, or she doesn't, or if she really is so selfish, she wouldn't have did that. Because if I was selfish, I wouldn't have cared to do that. So yeah, I forgot to also add that. Yeah, so I may or may not do it. So yeah, so leave a suggestion so what I should do next. And that's really all gonna be. That's really it for me for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.